at the University of Kansas, a member of 3 different halls of fame. 5-time Big 12 Coach of the Year. 12 NCAA tournament appearances, including the 2015 Final Four. His Jayhawks will be on the left-hand side of your screen in the white trimmed in crimson and blue. Baylor serving the right-hand side of your screen in the green and gray. We're underway. Elise McGee finishes that one off.
And McGee surveying the net there at 6'4". A quick little play over the net for her for the first point. Now in her senior season, it seems like she's been there a while, but also it's because her sister played as a McGee, and there's that physicality of the Bears already first 2 points in to the match.
Allie Andrew, the junior middle.
A strong left hand from Allie Andrew.
Turner to Anna Banjo, who pushed it away. She was really good against TCU.
She was lights out, especially in the first 2 sets. And this is perfect here off 1 foot. You can see either had line or in the angle that she could work with there for the kill. Jayhawks on the board.
Banjo with the serve. Reese Patak scores it for Kansas. We're even at 2.
And Kansas opting for a short serve on that serve. You could see disrupted the Baylor offense just enough. Kansas able to run through that ball defensively and then put the ball away in transition.
I saw TCU do that a bit against Kansas. What does that do to the offensive setup? Well, as Baylor goes right to work with Allie Andrew.
Much better timing on that. So Baylor makes that quick change up there, just a bit better pass in stride, but it's all about trying to disrupt the offensive flow and the connection, because there's such timing plays when you run the quick tempo in the middle, or quick tempo anywhere.
Elise McGee with the serve. It's a good one. Bien on the floor.
Elise McGee with so much topspin on the ball. Caroline Bien just able to get her platform, but could not control over. And so far, Baylor's winning the serve pass battle.
Turner back to attack. It's wide.
Trying to work that sharp angle. Just misses it wide. And
from the back row, it's El Nadi.
You see Kansas is trying to find any type of hole or seam in the Baylor block because they are physical at the net, and the back row attack does just that.
Fast tempo to Andrew.
You can see Baylor trying to get their middles established and able to do that because of a perfect pass in system. Easy does it up against one block and go around to either angle. And
tries to send it long, but it's point Baylor.
And it's a passing game right now for Kansas. It's just not in system. A couple unforced errors on there, a couple attacking errors, just long or wide.
Then rolls it over. McGee was there. Caroline Bien.
One of the first extended rallies we've seen in this first set. Closes the door, Caroline Bien with the left hand, not getting used or tooled. She's been playing sensational as of late. 6 rotations. We've seen Kansas did a couple different looks with their pin players. Ryan Swanson playing front row, but she's continuing to play all the way around.
Kendall Murphy puts it away. We saw Kansas win several extended rallies against TCU. Does that benefit them in some way against Baylor?
Yeah, sure, but you're going to have to slow down right now. You're seeing some open seams right now for Baylor. But yeah, it showed a lot of grit for sure. And you're coming off of 2 losses. Kansas got beat in their 2 matches on the road against Arizona, so had to win a couple of ways to get that victory.
That's London Davis for Kansas.
But this is a key player for Kansas and London Davis. They have to get going offensively. A bit slow in that match against TCU, even though they were victorious.
Reagan Burns steps in and takes that one. El Nadi.
Reagan Burns had a wonderful match against TCU, and she's continuing it here, the libero for Kansas. And El Nadi doing what she does, using the block to her advantage off the hands.
Cameron Turner for Kansas. El Nadi sent back. Tori Davis. This Baylor squad is pretty impressive coming off the bus. I mean, you look at them and you're like, wow, this is going to be a physical match, and they're more impressive on the court, obviously, but they have the look, don't they, when they walk in the gym?
One of the most physical teams in the Big 12. UCF might have them by height, but they have the physicality for sure.
Banjo got a hand on that one. The end for Kansas. El Nadi.
Oh, it was a wonderful read from Caroline Vienne. I mean, she saw that. I mean, Elise McGee loves to go deep into the floor, final third down the line, but she read that perfectly. Watch this read there from Caroline Vienne. And senior connection between those 3 players. We have seen so much in their career here at Kansas.
Cameron Turner going against the 6'4" McGee.
Just named to the ABCA semifinalist list, meaning one of the 14 the ABCA finds as for candidates of the National Player of the Year. High honors for Cameron Turner, and well-deserved.
Off the tape and an ace. Kansas draws even at 9.
And Kansas getting some things going with their serve now. Bryn McGee, who's been holding down right back all season long for the Jayhawks, and has been playing wonderful.
Blocked by El Nadi.
All by herself. Senses that and makes a strong blocking move, diving in.
Just a little too strong for Reagan Burns as McGee puts it away.
Let's see, out to Elise McGee, has it angled. Good read from Reagan Burns, sitting there, just couldn't corral it.
And Basinio puts it in play. The end from the back row.
And big smiles. She was absolutely ready for this. Wanted the ball there. Great leaping from the back row. We heard last year a lot of times is be available, be in from the back row, and she was certainly available.
Be there to cover for Kansas, and it's El Nadi who puts it away.
Back row attack coming alive in chunks now for Kansas. And that can disrupt the timing of the block just enough, because you got to wait.
That went off the Kansas hands and down for McGee.
You see here, they're trying to do the short serve once again to disrupt the flow of the middle. At the option, though, to Elise McGee is still a winner because of that 6'4". She has the ability to almost hit over the top of the block at times.
Nifty move from Cameron Turner. almost the no-look dump, right?
I think Kansas seeing something on film. They're trying to get Cameron Turner a little bit more involved early on than we've seen, so they might have seen something with that opening.
Attack, send it back for Kansas. Kansas has opened up a three-point advantage.
And Reese Patak has to be so quick off the ground, and she does just that. Look at how quick she has to jump here to get even her hands over the net. Elise McGee leads the Bears in aces, 36 coming in to this match.
Be there for Kansas. The end. Block. Looked like Andrew got a big part of that.
Yes, she did. The left hand. I think Vienne thought she could get that angle, the sharp angle before that block. The hand was over, but Andrew says nope, close the door. Just no seam over there to work with.
Attack. Kansas the first to 15. The Jayhawks with the early lead here in the opening set against number 17 Baylor. More to come on Big 12 Now here on ESPN+.
Every story has a beginning. My story is unique. It's goals.
Two swings from Czech. No touch from the Kansas side. Point to you. Allie Andrew asking.
I think there might have been a net violation, actually, and so I think that's where the challenge is going to come. And I see a smile from Reese Patak, so maybe she was in the net. As Allie Andrews said, yeah, it looked like right off of her hand, she knew she mishit that, but she thought there was definitely a net violation. It would have been London Davis then, perhaps.
That cam there from our Rock Chalk video crew, it almost looked like London Davis got a piece of that, but
yeah, I think there is. I think there is a touch, and
the Baylor players looking at that at the big screen and think they have a case.
Celebrating, right?
Yeah.
Take another look at this.
I don't know. Can you return that?
Yeah, that one's not convincing,
yeah,
but
not.
It's this one right there. Yeah. Big smile, too, between London Davis and Reese Patak. You can't even hide from it now. When I played, we didn't have video evidence. We just tried to sell it really hard.
You have to work on your poker face there, did you?
We can't now. I mean, you can try, but you can get the initial call, I guess. You can help with that, but...
Attack.
A perfect in-system ball allows for Kansas from this slide. And how impressive has it been that Reese Patak, I mean, didn't start off this season. I mean, nicked up a little bit during 2 days, but this came on so strong, playing like a veteran in her freshman year.
To London Davis. Block. Tori Davis.
Happy belated birthday to Tori Davis, who celebrated it here in Lawrence yesterday. They played in Manhattan earlier this week and spent a couple days in Lawrence, and she wisely turns around, gets a block on that, the overpass.
Barrett Frazier with a nice pickup in that point, too. Celebrated with cupcakes, right?
I think so. Yummy cupcakes.
An open court. Barrett Fraser finds it. 16 all.
Yeah, Barrett Fraser, we talked about, from Auburn at 6'2", runs a 5'1". Both of these teams feature one-setter system, and just that length and the wide shot to say, hey, there's a big opening on the floor in the back row.
That's Elnady.
Yeah, a bit early on that jump from Elise McGee in the back row attack. And a good communication, too, right afterwards. It was McGee talking to Barrett Fraser. And again, it's her first year with the Bears. I know she's a veteran setter, but it's just that connection that you have to continue to work on.
That's long from Kendall Murphy. Kansas back up by 2. That's been an effective attack.
It has. It's all about the vision for Caroline Bien. She sees that exact opening, and says, I'm just going to, at the very last second, watch her. It's like her racket head, her hand snaps. She just goes thumb down there to slice it just enough to find the winning angle.
Timeout Baylor as Kansas has opened up a 3-point advantage here in the opening set. You talked about how important this match would be, especially coming down the stretch, not only in the Big 12 race, but explain a little bit about what that means in terms of postseason play for both teams.
Well, if you look at RPI, which a lot has to do with your ranking in the NCAA tournament, set aside coaching poll, as Kansas is 12 in the poll, Baylor 17, but RPI, it's 16-17. Kansas sitting right at that line where top 16 get a host in the NCAA tournament, but also, too, look at these teams second and third in the Big 12 standings, still fighting for an opportunity. I think Arizona State, though, does have a road to winning the conference because they do have that tie advantage over Kansas. They have that tiebreaker essentially because they beat Kansas. But it's going to be, and also who they have to play on the way out in their last final matches. But Kansas, if they want a still chance to win the Big 12, you got to win out, I think, for them. But then also hosting implications. This is huge for both Kansas and Baylor as you look for tournament time. I think both these teams, tournament teams, but only a few matches left. And for Baylor, too, Kansas is the last ranked opponent that they are going to face. And so that is one of those things that you look at as, like, you got to go, if you go on the road, beat number 12 Kansas, that means a lot, especially for their RPI. So this is a big one for Baylor's opportunity to host in the NCAA tournament.
Reagan Burns. All right, Reagan Burns for Kansas now. On a banjo, battles at the net. Elnady swings.
And a strong play at the net from Jackie Barrett Fraser. I know that point didn't go down for her. It was a point for the Bears, but this joust that we see so many times, you know, the middles can win. But at 6'2", she holds her own up there.
Dumped over by Cameron Turner.
Again, we've seen 3 attempts, I think, from Cameron Turner already. The second kill. These will be 4 attempts already in this first set. So seeing that opening in the hole, we'll see if the Bears kind of pinch in a little bit more defensively in their base position.
On a banjo. Blocked by McGee.
McGee perfect on that blocking duties because she knew that Cameron Turner is a live setter, so that on a banjo is also her duty, so able to get a double block. And Brisenia went for it. She's one of the best servers in Baylor history, actually, in regards to service aces. Just does clip the top of the net on that one. As we've seen so many times, that ball just kind of dances up there on the top of the net and goes over.
Banjo and Bien both wanted to swing at that one. Elnady rolls it over. Brisenia with a dive. Elnady with a dig. Bien.
Oh, even falling away. That was phenomenal. Caroline Bien. The pickup from Ionati. And we've seen that exact scheme, really kind of a play out against TCU many times late in that fourth set, where dig down the line and then a kill then from the Kansas outside pin to put it away on their opponent's line. Back in zone 1.
And we go back to Barrett Frazier. Cameron Turner battles at the net.
Wow.
This time against the 6'3" Andrew.
That's so impressive. I mean, maybe going to give 5'8" to Cameron Turner, right? But it was perfectly timed.
Timeout on the floor. Charge to Baylor.
That might have been Barrett Frazier, excuse me, but still 6'2", and giving up a few inches is Cameron Turner, but it never seems to matter to her, does it?
No, it doesn't. So much fight. We call it high volleyball IQ of when to jump, when to make the right play. We talked about, the senior class, and I think maybe we're reminiscing a little bit early. I know seniors night isn't for a couple weeks, but this is their second to last home match guaranteed for the Jayhawks. And man, what a treat it has been to watch this senior class. Coming down to it, though, there's a couple opportunities to play in Horace Family Volleyball Arena.
Really, I mean, you go back to your senior class. Obviously, Kansas has had some great teams, but was there a senior class that has meant as much to a team as this senior class has?
I mean, you go back to the Nisa Havili, Kelsey Payne, Madison Rigdon, that class, I think. But, yeah, certainly, I don't know. This one certainly could top it. Also, too, a lot of local, Cameron Turner from Topeka, Kansas, Caroline Bien from Overland Park, Kansas. That also, I think, a lot of friends and family always in attendance. I think that also matters, too. I mean, some local talent that stayed home and wanted to play for university. But Ionati, Toyosi Onabanjo, London Davis. I mean, it's a veteran team.
Yeah.
Senior heavy team.
Top to bottom, a lot of contributions to the success of this program. Kansas now 2 points away from this opening set.
It was Grace Nelson that came in and served for Kansas as a serving specialist, but well-handled ball. All three options available, and it was Elise McGee on the right side that put it away. And see if she lets loose on this serve. Not so much. Takes a little bit off of it.
Attack. Attack again. Long. Nutty from the back row. Set points for Kansas.
Has been so good all season long. Front row, back row, offensively, defensively. And when Kansas seems to need a point, it's been Ionati to come through.
That's long from Czech. Or excuse me. There was a touch. Or it's going to be point Baylor. I didn't see the signal. I'm sorry. Kansas in the net. London Davis puts it away. First set goes to Kansas, 25-22.
Well, it's the first set that the Baylor Bears have lost in the month of November. Kansas playing with a sense of urgency, very balanced, and closes the first set extremely strong, going up 1-0 against the Bears. Fight going back.
And Baylor's been in town for a couple days, right?
Yeah, they were in Manhattan, and they stayed in the state of Kansas. They played them on Wednesday evening, so
had a chance to practice here inside Horsch a couple of times.
A couple of days, yeah.
And for a team that didn't come here a year ago, that's got to help them, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different environment than they're used to playing, and they have a larger arena, and so this Horsch Family Volleyball Arena kind of feels like a shoebox in comparison. You just put tight confines.
Naughty.
I've said it a lot, but Reagan Burns' ability to secondary set is really spectacular. I mean, just always calmly with her platform. Watch her, the communication, calls everybody off. I can't remember a time where she's, set the ball too tight off of her platform. Always gives her hitters a lot of just room, time and space to work with.
Barrett Frazier serves for Baylor. Naughty. Baylor somehow kept that up. On a banjo. There's Kendall Murphy on the floor for Baylor. London Davis. Barrett Frazier dives and saves it. On the Kansas side, tough point won by the Bears.
Again, I say, when you start a rally, you just never know how long that sprint's going to be, because in the game of volleyball, it is an all-out sprint each play, and this one just gets extended. Everybody taking a deep breath after the longest rally that we've seen in this match.
Bruce McGee finished it. Naughty tips it over.
Oh, perfectly placed from Naughty. Just the block coming down. Defender couldn't get there. And it was so frustrating, especially as a blocker. You see that ball coming just right over your hands on your way down.
Here's McGee for Kansas. McGee really heating up.
And taking the lion's share of the swings. 18 attacks so far, attempts. Almost double of any other player for Baylor.
Caroline Bien will get credit for that one.
The reason why Kansas has been able to slow down Check is because of the middle back defense for Kansas in the right spot, making the correct reads.
It's going to be point Kansas.
Yeah, so that's a double because it crossed the net. And so they're coming over, but they cross the plane of the net. So I agree with the official's call, because once it breaks the plane of the net, then that ball is over. You can double if it stays on your net on the second contact. See, but it crosses the plane of the net. So that's a double. I know Jackie Barrett Frazier is going up and talking to the official, but I agree with that call. You can't, if it's on the contact over the net, double.
Naughty with the ace. Kansas with the lead here in the second set. There's Allie Check.
Well, she had one-on-one there, and that was a great set selection for Jackie Barrett Frazier. They just kind of sense that. Middle is in front of her. That pass is able to hold the middle then, and then it was just Bien left all alone.
Cameron Turner. Bien. Cameron Turner wanted to take a swing, didn't she? Let that go right over her head. I think Ryan McGuire is going to pull the card.
And this one is Cameron Turner just sensing where she is, saying, hey, if that's over my shoulders, that one has to be wide. And I don't know. The Baylor bench was very adamant about that one hitting the sideline. I'm going to have to take another look. What do you got, partner?
Who has better peripheral vision, the mother of 4 boys or Cameron Turner?
I give it to Cameron Turner.
Do you?
I use my rearview mirror a lot to see what's going on in the car.
She did the same thing there, though. It was right over her shoulder. I got a feeling you do a lot of the same thing. Yeah, that may have caught the line. It was right in front of the down official.
I don't know if you can overturn that because that one, I think I might see it just a sliver of blue. If it hits any white, right? That ball as well. It's significantly over her shoulders. Yeah, it is. Okay, so now Baylor with the lead.
Alicia Andrew to serve.
Bryn McGee ducks out of the way and the serve sails long. That has got to be one of the toughest calls. I mean, you know, you have to decide in just a fraction of a second whether that ball is the bottom's going to fall out of it and is going to hit the back line, or if you let it go. There's Allie check.
That's a sharp angle from the southpaw. She's found success with that sharp angle. Once again, with one block up.
Oh, naughty from the back row. Long.
That didn't miss by much.
And an ace. Baylor pulls ahead here in the second set.
Ufatu with the ace, and it's a low flat floater with some pace. And after that challenge, it's a 3-0 scoring run for the Bears. And maybe a question about the score, perhaps? I don't. Sure to the discussion that they're having at the table right now. So apparently the official has a different score than what the table has right now. So discussing the score. We had this a couple matches ago actually as well. And it always gets a little tricky when you know, those challenges are overturned, and
everyone seems in agreement. Nine-6 Baylor. The end. Ufatu with a diving save. That's Kendall Murphy.
Ufatu with yet another tough serve, and then the pickup on the back row, diving in from right back.
Pick up from McGee. Great effort. Zenyo. Attack.
Wow, Zenyo to even keep that ball up was outstanding. Play goes on. How about the dig from Bryn McGee?
Yeah.
One hand. But this pickup was wonderful. Never giving up on the ball. Sticking with it on the slide. It does find the deepest corner.
Wide from Cameron Turner.
3 service errors for the Jayhawks in this second set, trying to put some pressure on with their serve, but some miscues early going.
Just off the tape. Bien winds up. Puts it away.
Service reception, Reese Patak. I think she passed that ball, actually. It was a short serve that just was right in front of her route in which she was running on the attack. The middle blocker taking first
Always
contact.
working on your skills, right?
That's right.
That was long from Tori Davis. Kansas within 2. Elnady with the dig. Back to Elnady. Blocked. And Bert Frazier got a piece of that.
Holding it down and not fooled at all. And that roll shot at 10. That was all her right hands.
London Davis has it sent back. Looked like McGee was there for Baylor.
Timeout on the floor.
Now Ray Bichard wants a timeout. The Bears have a 13-9 lead. Kansas won the opening set. Is Baylor leading here in the second? On Big 12 Now here on ESPN+. London Davis. There's Murphy with a dig. Elnady rolls it over. Zenyo got a hand underneath it. Block. Barrett Frazier again. 5 blocks against Kansas State.
Oh, it was the defense earlier on in that rally. Zenyo with a great pickup. And then the Baylor block not fooled at all by that quick tempo. And we talked about Kansas out-blocking Baylor in the first set. Well, they've turned the tide here in the second set.
Zenyo again.
Yet another pancakes. It's still brunch time, right?
London Davis with a rocket.
It takes a different angle of that approach, not going after at least McGee right into the line. It was more of a sharp angle from London Davis to find the winner.
London Davis with a great angle. Wafatu, a great effort, but it's Kansas with a finish.
That was a wise tip, I think. A great read from Uwafatu, just couldn't keep it on her side, but then quick off her feet, London Davis. Back-to-back kills for the senior.
On a banjo for Kansas. Reagan Burns with a dig. Elnady off the hands. Kansas within 2.
Oh, slicing and dicing, another defensive play from Reagan Burns. Sitting in on that angle off of the left shoulder of the middle blocker. Kansas just can't get it going from the service line in this second set. 4 of their 6 service errors in the second set.
On a banjo. London Davis again.
And she's starting to heat up. London Davis, the senior, has always had a heavy arm swing, so much power in the right side. And able to get through the block before they're pressed over together.
An ace. Oh, no. I spoke too soon.
And once again, it's Kansas trying to serve aggressive, but just too many miscues from the service line, giving the ball right back over to Baylor.
On a banjo, puts it away for Kansas. Jayhawks back within 2. Turner covers. Bird Frazier had to race to get that one. Nadi from the back row. On a banjo, sends it back.
Kansas battling with another extended rally, and then a high swing. The hands of Anna Banjo gets that one down on the board now. In the second set with the block, Kansas registers their 5th team block.
Allie Andrew.
Oh, perfect ball and service reception. All 3 options available at one-on-one. Big numbers for the Bears. 5 kills, 1 error on 6 attempts.
Reagan Burns for Kansas. El Nadi. Kansas within 1.
Oh, Reagan Burns once again sitting off the left shoulder of her middle blocker. Both. And left back, able to dig in transition. Another back row attack kill for El Nadi, who's finding success in that zone 5 on the floor with her back row attack.
Grace Nelson in the serve. It's a good one. El Nadi with the dig. With a stab. But too strong from Baylor.
Oh, Ali Sheck with this ball here, that southpaw, you can go extreme, and Kansas is going to have to make that adjustment and right back to sit on that extreme angle.
El Nadi flies in, but it's long.
I thought it was a touch too, but no touch called. I don't know if there was enough on that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought there was.
Bien hits hard.
Has a great deal of line to work with.
Take from Cameron Turner. London Davis off the hands and out of play.
Fantastic dig. Right back from the setter, Cameron Turner. I mean, that ball was rifled, but making a play.
Attack. Redirects it. We're even at 19.
A strong play from Reese Patak in the middle of this overpass. Doesn't try to swing, but just the redirect, the strong redirect to find the floor. Kansas now on a 3-0 run, has this second set all tied up. Couple defensive plays from the Jayhawks. Cameron Turner on the play before, and that time at the plane of the net. And the crowd on their feet in Orange Family Volleyball Arena. They know how important this is for the Kansas Jayhawks. Anytime late November, you're getting closer and closer to the end of the regular season. Kansas still battling to try. Arizona State can, not win out. I mean, still an opportunity to win a Big 12 title, but you got to take care of every single match in front of you.
As a libero, you saw your share of those rockets, I'm sure, coming at you. I think that's one of the most impressive things about volleyball is the fact that not only can they get to the ball, can they make a play on it, but then make it a serviceable ball that somebody can do something with. That's just years of training, right? To be able to control that ball off a shot like that.
Well, I think there's players, defensive players that make great reads and understanding like, I can read where this attacker is going to go. You have to be in good position. You also have to be stopped on defense, but it's also then too your platform and your skills with your platform to be able to put like J-stroke, put some backspin on the ball, take something off of it, absorb that. That velocity with your platform. So it's a number of things. There's certain players that I think read well, but there's some that just don't have that calm platform, if you will. But when you have the players that have all of them, those are the really special players. I'd have Cameron Turner if she wasn't a setter. She's just a player you have to have on the floor.
Where would you like to play?
Well, that's the story that Coach B said. A player that got recruited from Washburn, a Division II team, and then Kansas, and becoming one of the best in the country. He said she was a player that you just knew you had to have on your side of the floor because when they had camp, the side that she was on was the good side, right? I mean, she just improved the level of play that she was on.
Jenny with a good play. Tori Davis.
You can appreciate that as the rally gets extended. Who's going to get the ball? The better option there is to run your middles, but that can be so difficult. You're like, okay, outside, high ball.
Bien, season opening. 20 all.
Quick arm swing through the zone here. Gets it right through and a pinballs through the block. And we're going to see Bibembe coming in for the Bears. Played a great deal for Baylor last year. Going to beat up a bit this year, dealing with some injuries, but she's going to come in for Tori Davis in the middle blocker position.
With the extreme angle.
Just changing up where they're going to set here, bringing the ball in, and what a wonderful set from her knees. Jackie Barrett Frazier. Navy Carlson transferred out, the starting setter for the Bears a year ago. I think everybody had been wondering who's going to come in, but to get a veteran player like Jackie Barrett Frazier, what great news for the Bears.
El Nadi. Great control.
Oh, yeah, that was wonderful. I mean, and it measures that ball, does exactly what she wants with it. Just a sweet roll shot. And here we are. Just back and forth here in this second set. Who's going to make plays late in the red zone, if you will?
Davis on a banjo there.
Bersenio all over that read.
Just wide from McGee.
Oh, and she just went to that angle, and she's, I think, upset with herself on that one because she saw it, she had it. The pickup from Bersenio, not pulled at all by the roll shot. You have to credit Reagan Burns. She was right there.
Yeah, with the dig for Kansas. McGee.
Really not much to work with here. It was impressive. She was the one with the dig, and that's what the type of balls you're going to get on the outside pin. And some junk balls, you had to make something out of nothing.
Well, Nadi winds up, it's down.
Just a rocket off the hand from Nadi. Once again. Gets on that ball in a hurry, and what a battle here. You're having fun, partner?
Great second set. Timeout from Baylor. This has been back and forth. What's going to be the difference here in the final 3 points?
Yeah, I think aggressive swings like that. I mean, we've seen Caroline Bien do it on the outside pin, and also Ayel Nadi going after it and making the aggressive swing. And some good set selections. It's been fun. Both of these setters running a 5-1 system, and just the set selections that they've made, the plays with their hands, the ball in their hands every single play, on who are they going to get involved, what kind of matchups do you look for, what kind of, how they're able to locate the ball as well for their attackers. This is one of those sets, though, that either team, is critical for them to capture, right? It's pretty even when you look at it from the statistic category. Baylor has certainly increased their level of play at the plane of the net, though. 5 blocks in this second set. That's why they were able to jump out to this lead in the second set. But a gritty play from the Jayhawks. And that was the thing, that on the road, Kansas just wasn't able to close those 2 matches. They had back-to-back losses against Arizona State and Arizona, just because they couldn't close late in those sets. But we've seen that so much, especially at home, that they have been able to close late in sets. So it'll be interesting to see here as we're late in set number 2.
Bryn McGee will have the ball.
And if you're Baylor, I think you give the ball to Alicia Andrew in the middle, because she has had the hot hand. 5 kills, 1 error on 7 attempts, hitting .571. Ryan Swanson now checking in the game for the Jayhawks. Interesting lineup change as Ayel Nadi checks out. They're using this as more of like a blocking specialist. Yep, there it is. Right back to her. They haven't found the answer. To Alicia Andrew in the middle. And it's a quick tempo ball. Yeah, blocked just late.
23 all. McGee to serve. McGee with the dig. Nadi rolls it over. Banjo got a hand on that one. Back to Anabanjo. Nadi covers. That's long. Set point Jayhawks.
Oh, Bryn McGee set in on right back and dug a rifle the ball from Ali Check.
McGee with another nice dig. Ali Check brings it back to 24 all.
Really, actually kind of behind, just for her even to manage that ball. Kansas just couldn't quite read that one. I think there was just a miscommunication between whether Cameron Turner or Bryn McGee to take that ball.
Bien pounds down. Set point again.
Caroline Bien with authority, say, hey, you went and seen some extreme angles. I can add to that as well. I mean, puts a dent in the floor. Caroline Bien.
Grace Nelson to serve. Attack with the block. Kansas with the second set.
Oh, and so Wisely does not jump with the setter because she's back row. Stays with her duties, the freshman, to end set number 2. Kansas, what a critical second set victory. Up 2 sets to none. Watch this.
puts it in play. London Davis had to track it down. It'll be an ace for the Bears. And Jackie Baird-Frazier.
Quick start for the Bears on the board in set number 3. And if you're the Bears, you just say, okay, here we go. Three sets in a row. We've done it. We did it all throughout November, actually, leading up until this point.
Out to a quick 2-0 lead.
They had to drop a set until
Allie Andrew.
Until today. And once again, teaming up. Not fooled on that 2-ball. High ball in the middle.
London Davis. Naughty rolls it over. London Davis redirects. Somehow Baylor kept that alive. Andrew doing a lot of work. Recent attack. Closes it out for Kansas.
Oh, what fight for Baylor. I mean, that was tremendous throughout that rally. But there was a number of times where that ball was going to go down. The pickup there from Allie Andrew.
Davis sends that back.
So again, the short serve almost takes Elise McGee out of that rotation, and so that allows the Kansas blocks in. You see they're able to say, okay, that ball's going to go outside. Good forehands pressed over, and a high contact point. You can see how far that ball deflected into the floor.
Cameron Turner able to play it out of the net. Nadi right down the line.
Yeah, the play out of the net from Cameron Turner, that is more difficult than it looks. That ball was the tide she had to run through, and the play goes on. Get another soft touch at the net from the block from Kansas. And Nadi with her 6th double-double in a row. 12 kills already, 10 digs for the senior. But a wonderful play from Cameron Turner.
Just off the tape. With the dig. London Davis. Baird-Frazier. Rosenio nearly kept that one up. Elise McGee.
And for some reason, they just decided not to serve Elise McGee in that. And you can see there not having to do the service reception duties and a short serve. Able to then get her involved offensively on the right side.
You're just making that hitter work harder.
Well, it's also too disrupting their flow on when they can, you know, approach the ball as well. So it's a couple different things, especially where you're going to serve the ball in what zone.
Allie check. Half dozen kills now.
Pick up from Briseño, and then the block not timed on that check kill, and that's where it's difficult to, especially with that southpaw reading and how high she can contact the ball.
Davis puts it away.
London Davis doing a wonderful job in this match, just moving the ball around. We've seen it a number of times. We've seen the deep angle, the line shot. I think against TCU, there was too many attempts for her that was just a little bit more towards middle back, and so she's varying up where she's attacking much better in this match.
Alicia Andrews.
And for the Bears, we're continuing to see Bibinde in for Davis in the middle blocker position, along with Andrew, who's going back to serve.
And a banjo.
3 kills in this match. We haven't seen a ton, this time in front, so trying to get her a little bit more involved offensively.
Fatu now for Baylor.
It'll be interesting to see if we see a little bit more back row attack from the Bears, from Elise McGee. We haven't seen it too much within this match.
On a banjo off the hands.
Back-to-back kills from Koisi on a banjo, and well handled from Reagan Burns' platform.
Banjo sends it back over. Barrett Frazier doing her best.
She could have had a smile at herself on that one. It was just a little bit unfortunate here. We've seen the strength of what she kind of gets hung up there.
Kendall Murphy to serve.
Turner sends it out to Bien. Brezenio. Got in and took that one.
And Brezenio doesn't sit in, almost on an open net. Keeps the ball up and alive, but I think actually kind of ran into one another. McGee and Brezenio on the back row.
Great effort from Elnady. That's going to find the floor. Bring Baylor within one.
And the first Bear to register double-digit kills. You can see that high contact point with a tip down the line wisely. That was the opening.
Turner has to battle at the net and wins.
We'll send that one to the ABCA when you're looking at National Player of the Year candidates. There you are, Cameron Turner. The timing, the strength.
Elnady. Lafatu with a nice dig. Off the Kansas hands.
And Elise
well played by McGee.
Yeah, veteran plays from McGee once again. Not trying to hit down into the block, but uses that hand to her advantage. And going after fingers, right?
Long from Barrett Frazier. Elnady with another shot.
And Elnady's ability to get around this big block, and everybody, they know that that ball's going to her, and then hits high, deep, living in the deep third, cross court, you're living well, and Elnady does exactly that.
Good serve. London Davis pounds away. I think there was a touch.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see the ball, the trajectory of the ball even just dance up a bit. And different look here from the Bears in this rotation. I think they're going to have Elise McGee on the left side now attack.
Wide from Kansas.
11 service errors now for the Jayhawks. You're going to get some more errors, right? I mean, trying to serve aggressive, because we've seen when Baylor Bears are in system with the arms that they have, able to put the ball away, especially when they can run the middle.
So back over to Kansas.
You got to give the green light to Elise McGee. I mean, she leads them in aces. We've seen what she can do with her serve. Alicia Ander with yet another cover.
Ricky Burns for Kansas. Kendall Murphy.
Kendall Murphy able to manage that extremely well. The quick tempo and then that fast tempo that was able to beat the block before they were fully pressed. You can see Ali Check
Substitution for Baylor.
speaking to her teammates, walking around, talking to everybody. Number 4, you can see there just trying to get her team locked in right now. As midway through this third set, the Bears with their backs against the wall.
Faith Lynch, a 6th-generation Baylor Bear, will come in to serve.
How cool is that?
Wow. That goes back a ways. How about that from Cameron Turner? And then the adjustment from Anna Banjo.
I mean, yet another one. You find the hands go after him, but making a play, Cameron Turner. So we're going to see Anna Banjo.
Kansas, the first to 15. They took the first 2 sets and lead here in the third on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. Off the hand scored for Kendall Murphy.
Just like from a dead stop, just gets just enough of the deflection off the hands. It was a critical side out, I think, right out of that break for the Bears.
Turner leaves it for Bien. Senior, another great effort, but out of her reach. Point Kansas.
And so much success from the backroom attack from Kansas throughout this match, whether it be IL Nadi or Caroline Bien, just continuing to attack from that middle back position.
And why is that effective?
Oh, it disrupts the timing of the block. Wow, look at that effort from Bubende. That's middle.
Great save. On a Banjo, plants it. Sends it into the crowd.
I mean, that tip of the cap to Bubende to even get that ball up. And then Kansas, there's been a number of times rally has been extended, but Kansas calm, cool, and collected.
Bubende was kind of our protector.
She was our protector. The guy got you. She was warming up over here. So many friendly Bears during their warm-up.
On a Banjo. Bien down the line.
And Bien, once again, able to paint the line. It was a tip, strong play at the plane of the net, but then wisely sensing that was open. Now 10 kills, for the senior outside.
Baylor's taking a timeout as Kansas has pulled ahead by 6 here in the third set.
After the match today, stick around for autographs from the team.
We talked about the importance of this match. Obviously, Kansas feeling that in their home gym.
I mean, you're also, when you're a senior, you know that your opportunities on your home floor are fleeting. And so for Kansas, they have this match. They have to go on the road and play their in-state rivals at K-State, who's coming off sweeping ECU last night. Then they have another ranked opponent in BYU that senior night. And then you have to finish your regular season at Iowa State. So it doesn't get easier for Kansas, but this is a huge opportunity. When you look at opportunities, not only to add to the win column and keep your Big 12 conference title chances alive, but also your RPI. When you have ranked opponents, those are like prime opportunities to say to the committee, say, hey, we're playing well as of late. And it was all about the response from Kansas after they went on the road, back-to-back losses at Arizona State, at Arizona. How are they going to respond with 2 huge opportunities this week? Well, against ECU, check that off the list. They were able to do that. They're 1-4. And right now, looking good right now, but still a lot of volleyball to play here in this match. But so far, they've taken big advantage of the opportunity in front of them.
IL Nadi to serve. Turner to Elnady, off the tape and down. Elnady the good serve. On a banjo.
Yeah, she was
maybe
over.
Just a little too soon.
Yep. When it is so difficult to lay off of this ball. And indeed. A couple double substitutions, a lot of substitutions here for the Bears as we kind of unwrap this. As I think we're going to go to 6-2 system.
Yeah.
So a different setter on the floor. Tori Davis back in.
Carly Kreck, freshman setter. On a banjo off the tape, falls on the Baylor side.
And there's been a number of times, hasn't there, the ball just dancing on the net, and it seemed to bounce the way of the Jayhawks.
Grace Nelson misses, so it'll go back to Baylor.
And I think if you're Briseño, you go back and say, I'm going to produce something with my serve here. And she's done it throughout her time at Baylor.
Out to Bien, sent right back. Alejandro.
We've seen that a couple times now. Alejandro said, I'm not going to get fooled or used off that left hand. And that was well done. It's so difficult. The middle blocker, you want to press out there, but you got to be disciplined to press back in with that left hand.
Turner. Attack, tips it over. Briseño dives and saves it. Bien, blocked again. Jennifer Bolden celebrates.
Checks into the game, and once again, the Baylor block. A couple tips now as of late from the Jayhawks. Baylor is able to pick it up, and now right back in this third set.
Turner back to Bien, who sends it deep.
So crafty, so savvy, and so composed. And Caroline Bien just sets this one up all match long with just a multitude of shots that she's shown.
Attack.
And Reese can attack wisely. We've seen this a couple of times now. The freshman doesn't try to attack again. She's kind of floating off of the net. She just redirects it strongly with both of her hands.
Turner with the serve. Attack again. A double attack.
Attack. Once again, we have so much fun with that. And she's only a freshman, right? We're going to say that for a while. And just like that, once we thought that Baylor was going to come back into this third set, and they made a 3-0 run. It's Kansas in right back with a 3-0 run of their own. And you think, oh, fans at home watching 12 service errors, right? It's like error after error. But the reason why you go back there and you say, hey, plan A. We talked to Coach Bouchard after the first, and I said, hey, Coach, what's the game plan? He's like, you know what it is. Serve aggressive, serve and pass. It always comes down to serve and pass. Well, the last 2 points has been because of a tough serve. You have to continue to lock into that. Cameron Turner goes back-to-back, overpass, easy putaways for the Jayhawks.
Especially against this Baylor team.
Especially because if you give them lollipops, right, serve in lollipops, they're going to terminal, they're going to put away the ball. And he said we do not want to get into a battle of first ball side outs with a physical team with the offensive arms of the Baylor Bears because of their high contact point, the amount of arms that they have. He's like, that's not the kind of match that we can get into. We have got to know and play to our strengths. And one of them is to serve aggressive, win the serve and pass battle. I know it doesn't look great on paper with 12 errors, but late into the match is timely. Cameron Turner going back, putting pressure on with her serve, disrupts the pass enough. Easy points.
Most of the sellout crowd on its feet. Kansas 2 points away from the match. Cameron Turner to serve. London Davis. Match points coming up for KU.
Once again, a tough serve, a breakdown in service reception leads to the point for Kansas, able to run through easily, dig to transition, put away.
Reagan Burns with a stab, tried to save it. It was Jennifer Bolden saving one match point.
And that was the big block for the Baylor Bears on the front row. Allie Check, Alicia Andrew, and Elise McGee. What is it? What can Kansas find here to try to end the match?
London Davis. Davis again. Brzezina with the dig.
Oh.
Cameron Turner saved it. London Davis.
Oh, man.
Into the ceiling.
Cameron Turner. London Davis. I mean, what else can be said? The Kansas Jayhawks showing so much grit, so much fight, getting better and better throughout this match. It was a battle set one, even more so in set number two, but then to close the way that they were able to in set number three was just tremendous. And back-to-back huge wins for the Jayhawks after dropping both of the matches last week on the road.